Shirley Polk right here on Point of View. I'm so thankful to be here. And well, guess what happened? I didn't turn on to go live. So here I am now, thanking God for another day for you and for me because He is so good to each and every one of us. And I am grateful, grateful, grateful for everything He's blessed me to do, blessed you to do, brought us through in so many ways and so many times, so many things in our lives. So I'm just so grateful. And my word that I like so much is, of course, it doesn't belong to me, but I use it because he is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And we know that's a Disney word. It came from Mary Poppins, but that is one word that I use often to describe God and how I feel about him. He's indescribably good. He's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And I am so thankful. Dear God, as I sit before you this week, I pray to you that my soul you will keep. And if I should die before I finish, I pray to you, dear God, in the name of Jesus, that any outstanding sins will be forgiven. Amen. Today I'm going to talk about sifting through the hindrances of your success. Talking about me too. If I need this, it's for me too. I'm always talking to me when I'm talking to you. And I am just so grateful because we have been blessed to be here another day and to be able to learn some things that we need to learn, be able to share some things with each other that we can share with each other. So for that, I am just so grateful. So, so, so grateful. Thank you for being with me today, sifting through the hindrances of your success, the hindrances. So I'm going to go to psychology today, and Bing has some information for us too. Uh, Sift through the definition and meaning. What is the definition and meaning of sift through? What does it mean to sift through? So let me get to this. And he just decided that he's going to be on the show today. So I don't bother him. He's a doggy. He's a critter. And we know how our critters are. And he's on up in age. But he's a faithful critter. And I'm just glad for him. He's the last of the Mohicans on this side. Sift through. What does it mean to sift through? And oh gosh, it's supposed to have a definition here. Okay, to carefully go through a set of objects or a collection of information in order to find something. Okay, to carefully go through a set of objects or a collection of information in order to find something. So that's what it means to sift through, to go through and find what we're looking for. What we are looking for, sifting through the hindrances of success. Wow. So, psychology today, I'm going to go to one of them. Let me get to it. Pull it up here. And this is Stephen C. Hayes, PhD, and the article "Get Out of Your Mind." Get out of your mind. Stephen C. Hayes, PhD. And here's one of his points. It says, if you're going to fail, fail by action, not by inaction. If you're going to fail, fail by action, not by inaction. So this, we're almost to we're just a little over a year when this was posted. This was posted April the 10th in 2023, just over a year. So our key points to this article are: a person can be successful in many different areas of their life, not just at work, not just at work. Okay, you have a job you go to each and every scheduled day that you're supposed to work, but you can be successful in other areas, not just that job, okay? And not just work. Next, certain behaviors can optimize a person's chances at success. The third point is a person's odds of success will improve if they can get along with others, be accountable, and more. So these are some great points here. The word success is often misunderstood. According to Stephen, he said the word success is often misunderstood. Too often, it is used in relation to one's occupation or financial status, and too rarely elsewhere. Success in personal growth, success in enjoying life, or even success as a friend. How about that? This is on point, isn't it? So these other areas are just as valid, if not even more so. And ultimately, it is up to each and every one of us to define our own meaning of success. Very important. People measure success by their standards. Our success, they try to measure my success by their standards. But I have different standards of success that I want to fulfill, just like you. Just like people want people to be what they want them to be whenever they want them to be. And so that's why I'm so glad about this. So glad about this. This is really good. Thank you, Stephen. He said, if even it's even more so. Let me do this again. These other areas, which he said, people usually measure success by finances or by your occupation. But he said, and too rarely elsewhere, success in personal growth, success in enjoying life, or even success as a friend. These other areas are just as valid, if not more so. And ultimately, it is up to each and every one of us to define our own meaning of success. And you have a right, I have a right to define my own meaning, your own meaning. You have a right to define your own meaning of success. And when we start taking more control, if you haven't, it's time to start taking control. And it's so much in here. So, with that being said, here are 13 rules that are likely to help you pursue and achieve whatever kind of success you might seek. And he said, I originally developed them to work and educational settings, but with some expansion, they've served me well in many areas of my life. So note that none of them are absolute. And this is what we have to realize in every topic I bring. Nothing is absolute, okay? There have to be adjustments for personal adjustments and different things. Nothing is absolute, okay? He said, note that none of them are absolute. He said, I personally break several of these rules almost every day. And yet, I have noticed that when I keep living by them, things work out much better than when I don't. Okay? Number one, let me check myself here. Let me check myself and make sure everything is going good, going well. Okay. I'm so happy that you're here. All right. Now let me go back to where I was. Number one, care about the process, not just the outcome. Care about the process, not just the outcome. And so many times we neglect to pay attention to the process. We're just looking for the outcome. And that's where we make many mistakes when we're just looking at one side instead of caring about the process and then focusing on the outcome also. So, more often than not, success is a pursuit of many small incremental steps. Is the result, excuse me. More often than not, success is the result of many small, incremental steps. So if we obsess over the outcome, however, we are likely to cut ourselves off from the processes that might produce it. So we become impatient, we become restless, unfocused, and even unwilling. So instead, we need to learn to care about the process, not just the outcome, by turning it into a form of play. And so, what we're talking about today is how to overcome the hindrances of our success, okay? How to overcome the hindrances of our success. We have so many things that we can do, but we have to go through them and use the proper steps to get uh, through the these. Okay. Number two, fail by action, not by inaction. Remember, I said that at the beginning. He said, fail by action, not by inaction. The only way to become good at something is to actually do it. The only way to become good at something is to actually do it. If you want to become a good writer, you have to write. If you want to become a good friend, you have to reach out. Too often, however, we fail to take action because we fear we might make mistakes. So, and yet, more often than not, the greater mistake would be to try to make none at all. This is good, isn't it? This is so good. If you are going to have to fail, fail by action, not by inaction. All right. Number three, say yes easily and mean it. So, we say no, say no, say no. But he's saying in number three here, say yes easily and mean it. And this is get talking about how to be successful. Okay, expose yourself to many different experiences. Broaden your repertoire by saying yes more often, even when you're not entirely sure whether you have it in you. You can figure that out as you go along and thereby grow with every challenge. Say yes and mean it. Number four, work with others and share easily. Work with others and share easily. All right. Humans are social animals. We are social animals. We are at our best when we collaborate with other people toward common goals. So, collaborate, form teams, network. Others can teach you and enrich your life in unexpected ways, just as you have unique gifts to offer to the people around you. Do not worry, be fair with others, and ask for the same in return. See, that's it. And we're going to get into this word that I'd never heard of before, but yeah, yeah, I'm going to do that again. Be fair with others and ask for the same in return. Number five, keep your commitments. Keep your commitments. This is the most important rule of all. Be careful with your word and to whom or what you commit yourself. Once you have set a commitment, however, go all in. Figure out a way and do it. Of course, you will still slip up. Sometimes we will still slip up. And when you do, go back and give it 100%. Don't just give up because you slipped up. Go back again. And this time, give it 100%. All right? Number six, be accountable for yourself and the groups you're in. Be accountable for yourself and the groups you're in. My goodness, when things don't work out, we're quick to search for reasons. But instead of looking internally at our own actions, or at external events that might be changed, like factors we might be able to control. We often overemphasize ex- external events, okay? We often overemphasize external events. I want to go back and start that sentence again. You know how I am if you've been watching me anytime. When things don't work out, we are quick to search for reasons. But instead of looking internally at our own actions or at external events that might be changed, factors we might be able to control, we often overemphasize external events even if we are unwilling to change or challenge them. So we can't learn and grow from our setbacks that way. We cannot learn and grow from our setbacks that way. Instead, practice being accountable both for the me and the we. Even if we are being treated unfairly, it's best to focus on what can be done about it as a person and a group. This is telling us some stuff, isn't it? Number seven, acknowledge your own power and behave accordingly. Acknowledge your own power. This is very important because some people cower down when they're around certain people and they are just full of whatever is needed to enhance the situation at that time. But they cower down because society has taught us, if a person has what we call a very popular name or if they have lots of money and lots of people like them, that we should be in the background and not make ourselves so readily, what is it, visible and all of that. No, no, no. Number seven, acknowledge your own power and behave accordingly. I'm in psychology today, okay? You can make a huge difference with your endeavors. The unsuccessful person will withdraw in fear or will mistake dreams for action. The successful person, however, will acknowledge their own power and will push on vigorously and persistently to make it manifest. As Nelson Mandela said, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Ooh, that is super. Let me say that again. As Nelson Mandela said, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. My goodness, that is so good. Number eight, acknowledge your own finitude. Here's that word, finitude. Finitude, and behave accordingly. We do not know how long we have on this planet, regardless of how many years you have. The time is certainly short, which is why it's best to put your effort into tasks that are personally meaningful. Suppose you have only one more year before you die. Do you want to spend time on this particular project? Successful people aspire to make a difference with their time and to ever be in a position to answer yes to that question. Yes. Number nine, network with your betters. Network with your betters. Successful people want to know others who are both good. Excuse me, wait a minute. I have to, please excuse me. I had to sneeze. That came on me. Excuse me. I was trying to trying to get to the camera so I could turn it off before I sneezed, but I didn't make it. So please excuse me. I guess the pollen or whatever my allergy is up today. All right. All right. So I did sneeze. Excuse me. I said, excuse me. Hey, that's a part of life, isn't it? A part of life. And it's hay fever time too. You know, I haven't had hay fever in a long, long time. I used to have hay fever, but then it turned into allergies, and they were severe allergies. So I'm thankful that I'm not dealing with the severe allergies anymore. And by the grace of God, I haven't had to take allergy pills in over a year now. Over a year. And I used to have to take them every single day, and I did it for but maybe 40 years. But I haven't had to do it. I thank God for that. Successful people want to know others who are both good at what they do and are caring people. They want to talk with them, correspond with them, and listen to them. They want to dialogue. They want a dialogue of ideas and a vision for what is possible. Get to know the leaders of the field you have chosen at work or in school and engage with them. In your social lives, get to know people who are loyal, ethical, and kind. That's very important, okay? Get to know people who are loyal, ethical, and kind. Find people who are good to learn from. 10. Guard your integrity. Now, when I saw this one, I said, oh, this is so on point. Guard your integrity. People who want to be successful can be susceptible to cheating or outright dishonesty if they focus on success as an outcome rather than a process. Success acquired that way will mock you. If you violate your integrity to achieve a particular outcome, you will find the activity itself to be far, far less intrinsically valuable. The playfulness disappears. Instead of being fun, it has now become a mere means to an end. Hold on to your integrity. Yes, you may fool people, but who is lifted up by the applause of fools? Instead, if you slip, even in small ways, immediately repair the damage and come back to your high integrity core even more strongly. I like that. Number 11, follow your bliss. Successful people are confident. They don't necessarily feel confident, but they make the leap of confidence by acting with the meaning of faith in themselves, that is self fidelity, the original meaning of fidence, okay? To thine own self be true by following your bliss, even if it means taking the occasional risk. So if it worries you, to have faith in your gut instincts. Build a little safety net. Do not, however, violate what seems important to you. This is very, very important. Do not violate what seems important to you. Hold on to your integrity. All right, number 12. Say no easily and mean it. Remember, we said say yes easily and mean it. We say now, number 12, we say no easily and mean it. As you make progress on your goals, you will need to learn how to strengthen your focus. The distractions and requests will increase alongside your level of success, and you will have to keep a balance. Learn to say no, set priorities, stick to them, and value your time. So many people get in trouble by trying to accept this and accept that. Well, they want me to come and they want me to come there. That's why it's very important to have a prayer life and ask God to guide you or have someone to help you. I know everybody doesn't believe and put their faith in God, but you have to have a means of support to make the right decisions. All right? And when it all comes down to it, God puts somebody in your life to help you anyway. There's no way we can get around it. 13, open your mail, return your phone calls, answer all your emails, and keep your desk clean. Wow. Keep your desk clean. So that is that. So Stephen C. Hayes, PhD, is Nevada Foundation professor at the Department of Psychology at the University of Nevada, Reno. So that is a piece from him. Then I had another one talking about how to uh, sift through the hindrances of your success, or things, people, places that can always get entangled and get you entangled till you just get so caught up in stuff, it just messes up everything. It really does. It messes up everything. Let me, oh, all right. Let me get to that. I had it, how to sift. That's it. Let me go back to that because there was one more article I wanted to read to you about success. But if I, there's this article right here. Let me see. I didn't read through it. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to just leave it right there because we've talked about working through the hindrances. I'm not going to leave it right there because I did have that other article that I wanted to present to you. There's another Psychology Today article that I wanted to present to you. Okay, hindrances, talking about hindrances. Okay, the 5 mental hindrances and their conquest. 5 mental hindrances and their conquest. All right, so here's our introduction. Unshakable deliverance of the mind is the highest goal. And I know what it's talking about here, so I'm not going there because we don't believe in that. So, you know what? I am going to just stick to what I said. I thank you so much for being with me today. I really appreciate you for being on here with me. I love you so much. And God willing, I will be here with you Thursday and tomorrow, having something going on. And I will be attending that. Oh, yes, yes. Tomorrow, also at 2:15, watch the biblical files of Dr. Mack at 2:15 p.m. Thank you so much, and please let me hear from you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being with me, talking about working through the hindrances of your success. And we must, we must sifting through the hindrances. There are so many things in this life that can get us off goal, they can get us off track, but we have to remember that we do have a goal in mind. And so, whatever you do, continue to keep that goal in mind. Thank you so much. I love you.